Yay! was young, I found a book series about cats, which I liked so much that I started drawing the characters from the books, and even making my own. I joined fan spaces and shared my art, which prompted me to work towards improving my skills. The progress took a lot of time, and there were moments where the progress seemed to be going backwards, but I was committed to improving. The trouble is that despite this commitment, I slowly became uninterested with the canon content from the series and had no characters of my own that I was especially attached to. I went through months of art block because of this, until I started drawing my own characters and focusing more on the story of the piece than the character themselves. Art block was still an issue after I found the motivation to draw my own characters. School and other things kept me back, or even just not wanting to draw these specific characters at this specific time. My most recent artwork is not as great as it could have been, but I find the subtle progress to be more enjoyable with characters I created rather than canon characters, while still committing to the source which started my whole art journey.
Hello everyone, my name is Caitlin, and I'm an artist who spends too much time playing D&D, video games, and finding more times for her hobbies than the actual work I need to do. As an artist, I must talk about the challenges I have when making art. The most challenging aspect of making art is coloring the drawings once they are finished. I'm dipping my toes into digital art and have been slowly going into the waters known as rendering. It's been difficult to find a style in digital art that really sticks with me, so I've been experimenting, and I found that the painting style of digital art is where my favorite is. Now, this is where you paint over the sketch of the base color, and then you go from there. Now that you've gotten to know me, I show you my two favorite animals. This is my massive rooster named Herbert. He's a silly fellow. Look at him when he was just a baby. He's so fat. Now look at my partner's cat. She's so orange. Look at her little orange fish. Okay, bye.
When I was younger, I always looked up to my older sister. She was fun, smart, and cool. Each week she'd drive me to elementary school and blast music on the way. The 10-year age difference never quite helped, but she had a special place in my heart anyways. For years I'd grow up to see her come home every day, practice new cheer routines, and live teenage life. That all seemed to change when my parents packed up for North Carolina. Gone were the days I'd spent waiting for my sister to come home, and it seemed to be just perpetual loneliness. There were times I'd miss her, but other times we'd go back. We'd see her and hang out. And then she'd gotten married, and I got to watch my sister make someone else happy, the same way that she did for me when I was a kid.
is imperative that every person seek shelter as soon as possible. Oxygen is now a deadly hallucinogen, and residents should be sealed inside their homes. Exposure will cause hallucinations, headaches, and more. Again, residents should stay inside and be sealed. Thank you.
Oh, hi. You guys.
Did they just they left so quick. Got hella food over here. See them in the bushes? Oh yeah. There. I don't know where they went. They were looking at me while I was filming. Oh, there they are. There they were. I don't know if the camera caught that.
I scroll and scroll and scroll. Faces, bodies, lives that don't hesitate. They exist so easily, and I study myself like a problem to solve. My fingers trace the outline of something that was never meant to be measured, but I measure it anyways. Pull the tape tighter, just to see if I can disappear a little more. Mirror, again. Tilt your head. No, not like that. Smile, but not too much. Exist, but not too loudly. Who taught me that I am only acceptable in fractions? I press my face, reshape it as if I could edit what is already alive. If I push hard enough, will I become someone easier to love? Someone worth stopping on? Wait, I know this face. Not like this, not pull apart, not question. Before all of this, it was just mine. No angles, no measuring, no permission. I moved, and that was enough. When did I start asking to exist? When did I make being seen something to earn? I don't need permission. Not to take up space, not to be looked at, not to be anything else. I'm already here.
Ba ba black sheep, have you any wool? Yes sir, 3 bags full.
Dude, that can't be in my take.
What's up, everyone? I'm Santi, and this is David, and we play for the Charlotte Rolling Hornets. And today, we will be going over some drills, why we do these drills, and we'll also be going over some gameplay as well. Alright, so the first drill that we do is called Shadow Drills. And why do we do shadow drills? So what makes it so important?
It's a defensive drill. More so if you can't get up the court, you can't play. It's one of the more important drills that a lot of people don't focus on.
Now you can do this with one-on-one, like we're doing, two-on-two, three-on-three. What would you say is the easiest one to do?
I would say 2-on-2 is the most effective because you got a partner to help you. A lot of times you're not gonna be out there playing one-on-one if you got a good team, but one-on-one is definitely helpful, both conditioning and just defensive.
Yeah. Alright, so next is we're looking at layups, and layups is basically simple. What would you say is the biggest part of the game, though?
Layups is the name of the game. It's nice to have a jump shot, but this is bread and butter. That's where you're gonna get all your points from.
You definitely need to practice this because I feel like pick and rolls are a lot easier. No, not easier, but like to get off the pick and roll and then go shoot a layup. than in stand-up ball? Would you say it's more important?
Yeah, absolutely. Because you don't got control of your legs, so the further you out, the kind of worse the game will go for you. So closest you can get, best option.
Okay, and next is cone drills. Now, what's the purpose of cone drills?
I would say wheel position. Um, they might not know anything about picking and sealing, but getting position in front of a person, being able to turn your chair fast, and everything play a part in this. And just overall chair skills. Just gotta have that.
Yeah, if you don't have chair skills, you probably won't play as much until you develop them, because this is probably the most important part of the game.
You gotta control that chair. It's important because if you don't got core, you don't got your legs to help you, this is absolutely needed.
Alright, so now we're just gonna watch some more gameplay and explain what happens in the gameplay. So the point guard's bringing up the ball. He loses it, and then I come and seal your player. So, what does a seal mean in wheelchair basketball?
A seal is essentially, I guess you could consider it a pick. You are eliminating a man. Unlike stand-up ball, you can't use athleticism. So once a person, you put a chair between the person, they can't jump over you or run around you. So they're essentially out.
And it almost worked right there. It just that I had to get out this paint as fast as I could.
I also missed the shot. That don't help. So.
Okay, in this clip, we see me holding someone out in the back court. And if you hold someone, well, I like, well, like past me, but in that instance, if you get one out, what is the advantage of having one out on a play?
I would say not only do you eliminate a player, in this case, you take the best player off the floor because he's not only fast, but he is tall. But when you balance out the floor, the help cannot come from the middle. So if you playing 5-on-5 and you take out one, you balance the floor with 2-on-2 on both sides. There's no help. So a lot of times the middle will be wide open like it is in this play.
And it's just a waterfall effect if you're passing it once the player comes down, right? It's just if the one person from one side comes, you pass off to that person, and then the next person comes up, and then the next person gets the pass, and you have a wide open layup, basically, right?
Yeah, correct.
Well, thank you guys for staying for the end of the video. I hope you guys learned something today, and thank you, David, for coming out and helping explain things and stuff like that. So I appreciate you.
No problem, my boy.
One, two, three, four, five. Buying your mom or sister or brother or father or son?
Somebody.
Landlady? I don't know.
I went
Your cat?
outside. I went outside thinking.
You went outside?
I know. This is the only memento I'm making for you. Not out of hate or love, but for the sake of both of us. You are not someone of a glamorous final exchange, so I will meet those wishes. One video, one message. To myself and to you. Something that you may laugh at with the eye-to-eye smile, that made me cry of laughter, and now I weep, wanting that back. I knew you were sick. I really did. Yet, I thought you wouldn't be foolish to go through with it. You were such a strong-minded person, which made it only harder to try to stop the drowning, even if we were drowning together. And you told me to swim, and I did. You didn't want saving, and I'm left only empathizing on how you felt when it happened, which feels nothing compared to what was going on in that tall blonde mind of yours. I imagined things would be different when we started looking for you. That I would see you the next day waiting for a new conversation to make the day a little easier. You laughing about how I was being dramatic about the whole situation. Now I'm left staring at an empty throne where a king will not get a chance to sit in again. You were someone who truly stood out among the crowd. You never once discouraged me. Only through our small bickering at each other, but we both knew it made things better. Made the loneliness soften. And I hope you finally got your well-needed rest. I will miss you, but I can't drown again. I will look for you in the crows and ravens, knowing that call is you laughing at the burning world. Goodbye, KB. You were truly a king.